love lives here.
So because of it being, that we now are entering into this more hibernation time of year where the days are now getting shorter as, like today, probably the sun's going to go down around, 5. I thought today would be the perfect day to talk about light and being a light in the world, and especially given the fact that Tuesday is election day here in California and some other places around the country, that this would also be a perfect opportunity to talk about light in a world that feels increasingly dark. So we're going to talk about light today. Does that agree with everybody? All right, perfect. Yeah. And about you being a light in the world. And so when I was like, you being a light in the world, then I hear the phrase from Matthew 5:14 through 15. Okay, I know we are in a church. I know we don't usually talk about these things. So don't worry. Lightning's not going to strike you. It's all okay.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
He's not even on. I don't know why. I don't know what he was listening to. All right, whatever. For those of you at home, Siri just asked, I didn't quite get that. Would you like to try again? Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. So in this particular passage, Jesus says, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. All right? So no hellfire, no damnation. We're all good. We're in the red letters, okay? So we're good with this? People aren't going to have like twitchy convulsions or anything because we're talking about something from the Bible? We're all right? Okay. So those words, my friends, are not just poetic, but they are profoundly metaphysical. Because the way that we approach the Bible and what the Bible teaches is through a metaphysical lens. We don't approach it as the inerrant word of God. We recognize that it was all written by men. Sorry, ladies, but that's the way it was. Anyway, that it was written by men, right? And so we know that humans are divine expressions of the one. However, we have our foibles, shall we say, yes? All right. So we're going to approach this from the metaphysical perspective rather than the rule of law, that it's inerrant, that it couldn't possibly be mistaken or anything like that. So from the metaphysical perspective, light then means that we are all expressions of divine consciousness. Can we get behind that? Right? That light is the divine presence in every being, the spark of God that is our very own and true nature. Yes? It's the illumination of awareness, of wisdom, of love. An awareness that is our unity with the divine, our unity with spirit, our unity with God, right? Right? Even Ernest Holmes says, Allison, page 392 of The Science of Mind, the light which Jesus revealed is the light of truth, the illumination of spirit within us. You want to hear that again? Yeah, all right. So the light of Jesus, the light which Jesus revealed is the light of truth with a capital T, the illumination of spirit within us. So that light is not something we have to earn or something we have to find. It's something that we get to and that we must remember. And when we remember it, we naturally become light for others, don't we? So To be a light in the world is to live from a consciousness of belonging, of knowing that the presence that lives within me and you lives within everyone in all of creation. We good so far? Nobody's going up in flames, so I'm going to keep going. All right. So that's the light of that phrase, right? So let's talk about the hill, the city on the hill. So when Jesus spoke about the city on the hill, he was describing an elevated consciousness, our willingness to live from principle rather than from condition. The hill itself represents an awareness that's lifted above fear, above limitation, above separation, where the divine truth becomes visible. So a city on the hill cannot be hidden. The divine truth, that elevated consciousness, when we live from that place, cannot be hidden. It becomes visible for all, like a beacon of light, shining the light brightly across the land, right? So when you lift your consciousness, my friends, your life becomes a beacon naturally radiating peace, wisdom, love, compassion. You don't have to try and shine it, right? You don't have to try and shine it. Light doesn't struggle to be seen. Light does not struggle to be seen. It simply radiates. It radiates. So from the hilltop of consciousness, we stop asking, how do I fit in? And we start asking, how do I serve? How can I bless? And that shift from self-consciousness to divine consciousness is what transforms our lives into living prayer. So now we've got the light and we've got the hill. Then he says that we're not supposed to hide our lights under a bushel, right? So what is the bushel? A basket. Metaphorically or metaphysically, what would a bushel be if we're covering the light? Who said fear? All right, Debbie, right on. Gold star for Debbie. You get extra Halloween candy that you brought in. Right? Bushel is anything that hides our inner light. Self-doubt, fear of rejection, playing small, or believing our light doesn't matter. What was that, Cindy? False modesty, yes. Anybody else? What else would be the bushel covering the light? Huh? People-pleasing. Yes, sir. People-pleasing. Right? Ego, yep. Coming from the small self rather than the capital self. Coming from the small s self rather than the capital S self. So Spirit, my beloveds, did not ignite your flame for you to hide it. Right? Because hiding your light is to forget your divine identity. When you hide your light, you've forgotten your divine identity. When we dim our light, we deny the glimpse of God expressing through us. How many of you know our beloved Marianne Williamson? How many of you know her personally? All right, there's a few of us. All right. So Marianne Williamson captured this beautifully in Reveal to Love, Time to Love? Return to Love, thank you. One of those. Return to Love, right? You've probably heard of it. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You, my beloved, are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So what Marianne Williamson calls our deepest fear is exactly what Jesus meant by hiding our light underneath a bushel. It's not humility to play small. It's spiritual amnesia. Let me say that again. I know that one went boom, right? It's not humility to play small. It's spiritual amnesia. It's forgetting that the same power that made the stars decided that the world needed one just like you. That's spiritual amnesia. Forgetting that the same power that made the stars needed and decided that the world needed one just like you, that could only be you. So we must release those mental patterns that obscure our light, that obscure our radiance. Ernest Holmes said, Living the Science of Mind, page 129, we must consciously remove every mental obstruction to the inflow and outflow of the divine light. This means letting go of whatever story keeps us from shining, whatever BS, whatever belief system. You thought it was something else, didn't you? That keeps us from shining, because every time we free ourselves, we give others the opportunity to step into their own liberation. So now we've talked about the light. We've talked about the hill. We've talked about the bushel. So now where do we put it? We put it on the lampstand. We put it on the lampstand. So when we put our lamp or our light on the lampstand or on a stand, what we're actually doing from a metaphysical perspective is that we are establishing a foundation that lifts and steadies consciousness. So in practical terms, my beloveds, this is where spiritual practice comes in. Spiritual practice is the lampstand that we set our light upon. Spiritual practice being affirmative prayer, meditation, gratitude, service, forgiveness, visioning, study, community, or simply the intention to love. Spiritual practice keeps the flame of awareness steady so that no matter which way the winds blow, through our lives, there is a steady flame because we come back to the foundation, we come back to the lampstand that keeps our flame steady, which is spiritual practice. It reminds us that our light does not come from conditions, rather it comes from source. So try this. Begin each morning by asking, where can I shine today? Offer one act of service this week without seeking recognition. Speak words that uplift rather than divide. Practice gratitude for those who bring light into your life. Say thank you. We're in the month of gratitude, being in November. You see, every act of love, no matter how small, becomes a lamp on the stand of spirit. So now we've got the lamp stand. Right? So now we got to talk about the house. So what's the house? So when the scripture says it gives light to all in the house represents the collective field. It represents the collective humanity, the family of humanity. Your light doesn't just bless your own life or your own path. The light illuminates the way for others. So when you forgive, you teach forgiveness. When you live authentically, you give others permission to stop pretending. When you act with compassion, you remind others that love is still possible. Holmes wrote that love points the way and law makes the way possible. Love is the light, my beloveds, and the law of mind ensures that that light continues to multiply. Each of us is a lamp in the greater household of the divine, and together we light the world. So, to shine is to serve. Your light can guide someone out of despair. Your light can guide someone out of confusion, out of fear. And simply by your presence, your patience, your willingness to serve the divine in them, your light guides them. So when you shine your light, you shine your light when you speak hope when others are discouraged. You choose peace instead of proving you're right. When you offer compassion instead of criticism. When you live your truth with courage, even when it's inconvenient. And perhaps most beautifully, you shine your light when you inspire others to shine theirs. Light doesn't diminish by sharing, it expands. Sabina Selassie, in her book, You Belong, reminds us that belonging radiates outward. When you remember that you belong to life, that sense of connection ripples to others as well. Your inner illumination becomes a reminder of the same light within everyone. So I invite you to take a deep breath right now and close your eyes. Let your body settle in for a moment and let your mind rest. And bring your awareness inward to the very center of your being. There in the quiet core of your heart, imagine a soft golden light. It may begin as a flicker, small and steady, but it's ancient, eternal. This light is the presence of God within you, as you. With every breath, it grows a little brighter, not forced, not hurried, simply revealed. This is the same light that Jesus spoke of. The same light that Ernest Holmes called the illumination of the Spirit within us. It is your belonging, your brilliance, your divine essence. Now imagine placing that light on a lampstand, high, visible, and free. See it shining out through your eyes, your hands, your words, and your actions. It lights the room around you and every person here until this whole space glows with divine radiance. And let that light extend even further, flowing beyond these walls into the city, into the homes that need peace, into the hearts that need hope, into places that have forgotten their own light. You don't have to push it. Just allow it. Because when you shine, the world remembers. So take another deep breath and silently affirm. The light of God within me is steady and strong. I lift it high so that all may see and remember we belong to the same light. So breathing in again. As you open your eyes, notice the faces around you. Each is a beacon, a light on the hill. Each one shining uniquely, beautifully, and necessarily. Together, my beloveds, we are the light of the world. And together, we make this house, this planet, glow with divine love. And so it is. So I invite you to move to tables now. And on your tables, you will have questions. And these questions for discussion today at the tables are number one is, when have you felt your inner light shining most clearly? And what allowed that to happen? Number two, what bushels sometimes keep you from letting your light be seen? And three, how can you consciously shine your light this week to uplift or inspire someone else? All right, so tomorrow in Chester, I know that you are there at home, so here's your homework, my friends, for the week. Here we go. So I invite you to consciously share your inner light this week through small acts of love, encouragement, or service that brightens someone else's path. So we're going to call this choosing a candle or lighting a candle practice this week. So first, choose your candle. Candle is in quotation marks. At the start of your day, take a quiet moment to name one person, place, or situation that could use a little more light. Second, set your intention and silently say, "May my presence bring light here today." Then, do one small, deliberate act to express your light. Could be a kind word, a note of appreciation, a forgiving thought, a text, a moment of attentive listening, or just helping somebody without being asked. Then at the end of the day, reflect on how that light was received and how it made you feel. Then keep that flame alive. So each day this week, choose a new candle to light through your words, your energy, and your compassion. So you're going to light a candle by taking a moment to name one person, place, or situation that could use more light. You're going to set your intention, may my presence bring light here today. Then follow it through with an action. Notice at the end of the day how that light was received and how it made you feel, and then do the same thing the next day and the next for the next week. Because the more you light, the more that you give your light away, my beloveds, the brighter it grows within you. A beacon on a hill doesn't need to strive. It simply shines. And its light reaches further than it knows. You, my beloveds, are that light. Your life is a divine invitation for others to remember their wholeness, their worth, and their belonging. So today, let us lift our lamps high, not to draw attention to ourselves, but to reveal the presence of God in all creation. Let us live as radiant expressions of love, illuminating every corner of the human house until all can see their way home. and so it is. And let's come together in consciousness, shall we? So recognizing right here and right now that there just is this one power and presence, one infinite, eternal, that is in all, through all, as all, that is light beyond light. Light. Spirit spoke its word upon the waters and said, "Let there be light," and there was. The waters being the waters of consciousness, another metaphysical term for consciousness is water. And so Spirit spoke the word light, and there was light. And everything was illuminated and illumined from within, from this divine light, this divine presence, in, through, and as this divine presence, manifesting itself as all of creation, manifesting itself as each and every one gathered here this day. Each and every one a divine emanation and impartation of this light, this love, this glory, this magnificence. And so I speak my word for this beloved community as we go forth this day. We set our light upon a lampstand, high upon a hill, that we are the beacons of light in this community, in the human family, and on the planet. We lift our consciousness, we shine our light, confident, brave, and courageous, that there is no need to hide it. We do not choose to diminish God. We do not choose to diminish this light. Instead, we embrace it, we amplify it, we magnify it. And people are drawn to that light so that they too may experience a brighter spark, a brighter light in their own lives. And so I simply give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for the divine light within each. I give thanks for the sacred yes of each one gathered here this day. And I release this word now into the law that amplifies the light. And so it is.
And so it is.
So I invite you to stand. Everybody stand. Let's say this affirmation together. I let my light shine freely, blessing everyone it touches. Here we go.
I let my light shine freely, blessing everyone it touches.
Let's try that again. I couldn't hear everybody. Here we go. I let my light shine freely, blessing everyone it touches. Excellent. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called light is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move it forward. Because light lives here. Happy Sunday!